active duty, so you're paid salary.
Okay.
So you get paid the 1st and the 15th.
Okay. So a person who would take that shortcut to not do the whole job that needed to be done, do you think that person may have had like a I'm being paid hourly kind of mentality and it's not worth my time to do it correctly? Or do you think that it was like necessary in the moment to do that thing?
I think that person was probably under pressure. It was a variety of things that goes on with aircraft maintenance, because within the maintenance department, it is like one of the top 3 stressful jobs in the Air Force.
Okay.
Like you have air traffic control is number 1. They said being security forces is number 2, and aircraft maintenance is number 3.
Mm.
And I think the person that probably did that, I mean, they probably could have been really tired. They could have been just like in a fuck it attitude. Whatever happens, happens. I don't give a fuck to these people. Or they could have been like, shit, this is a quick fix. No one's going to notice, and I'll fix it later, and they probably forgot.
Okay.
Or it probably, went away, and they probably just like swept it on the rug, trying to be, quick about it.
Right. Okay.
Or it could have been, or there's another issue that most people don't talk about, is like certain jets have like certain requirements to fly.
Okay.
And sometimes they can get pressure from certain expediters or certain supervisors to like, well, look, this jet needs to go up, get it, do what you have to do to get it in the air, to get it ready to fly.
So like how somebody might tell a professor to pass the star quarterback so that he can he can play the game this weekend.
Even though he's not like ready. Yeah. Or even like physically he might not be ready to go, like if he's trying to get like medical clearance to go. Okay. But it's like, well, this guy, we need his hours. He needs hours out here. We need, because of fucking whatever stipulation. So it could have been pressure from that as well.
Okay.
But if anything, if a casualty would have happened from that, and if it was pressure from the higher ups, of course they're not going to fucking say it. Right. Of course they're not going to, take the blame for it. They're just going to, little man on the totem pole, whoever last person touched the jet did it.
Yeah.
Even though we pressured them and told them to cover it up, no. Yeah. But that's just one of the bad sides of it. The other good sides is I loved aircraft, always loved aviation and stuff. So to have that opportunity to travel around to different bases and then get to my duty station of Idaho, and then look where I am today though in Idaho.
Yeah.
Sitting here with you guys.
Yeah.
All because like that free, the free flights that the Air Force provided on commercial transportation. Like when I was a kid, I used to think like, oh, should I get to fly on military planes once I join the military? No, nah, son, you still gotta pay for your own travel. They'll reimburse you later, if it's on like certain fucking trips.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so yeah, getting to Idaho and shit, and getting to Mountain Home. My first night, I arrived at nighttime, so I really thought like maybe there might be some trees around. Maybe like driving down the highway, driving down I-84, yeah, dark as fuck. I can't see shit. Get to Mountain Home, drive through the little town. I'm like, oh my god, this is like how a fucking movie. Are they about to fucking kill me? Am I gonna die? Like, are these white people taking me somewhere? Like, because they took me to Walgreens.
Some places in Boise that I like drive to. I'm like, where am I? What is this? This is just a barn.
Should driving out here.
I shouldn't be here. This is not. I'm gonna die today. This is what's gonna happen.
Like I thought the town of Boise looked nice flying in. Like I said, it was dark. I saw city lights and I was like, cool, people do live here.
People do.
But we drove into fucking Mountain Home and we had to switch vehicles. Or he had dropped me off. Well, he didn't drop me off, but we had pulled into a parking lot of a fucking Ralph's or some shit. Like, what the fuck is this the shit out of Napoleon Dynamite for real? And another guy pulls up and he's like, hey man, hop in. I'm like, I don't know you. He's like, yeah, you're good. He's gonna take you to the base and all that. He's gonna help you get to your dorm, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. Get to the dorm, get settled in. First person I meet across the hall is a guy with a fucking big ass Corona. He's like, hey man, you're new? What's up, bro? My name's John. You want a beer, bro? Yeah.
Of course I do.
I was like 19. I was like, fuck. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, I want a beer. I don't know who the fuck I am. I have no friends out here. He was like, yeah, man, you're in fucking Idaho, man. Welcome. If you ever need anything, just let me know. You can smoke in these dorms, too. I'm like, oh, dope. Yeah, that back when smoking was cool. Well, I used to think smoking cigarettes were cool. Now I smoke a lot of weed. That's cool.
Different goal.
Oh, wait, no. Down with dope. Drugs are bad.
There's no hope with dope.
Drugs are bad. I was just watching fucking Half Baked when he was talking to that Mary Jane chick. I don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Down with dope. But yeah.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
But yeah, so the next morning I wake up though, it's fucking like 2 feet of snow on the fucking ground, and I have to walk. It's a short walk. It's like maybe like a 7 to 9 minute walk, if that, from the dorms to the flight line to my hangar.
Mm-hmm.
But through like 1.5 to 2 feet of snow that just came out of nowhere overnight. That's a lot of that's a long walk.
Yeah.
But during my walk, though, someone was driving by and he was like, yo, man, you need a ride? I'm like, fuck, thank you. I'm new. This is my first day here. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. Can I go back home?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so that was my introduction to Idaho. It was a bunch of snow. But then, spring came through because I got here in March. It was in like March 2011.
Okay.
So
That's
spring,
a late snow too.
yeah, it was a late snow, but March came. April, May came around. Spring, summer came. Started getting out. Started venturing. Started going to Boise. Got heartbreak happened. My beloved girlfriend at the time from back home. My high school. Well, we didn't go to the same high school, but we were like together, like high school sweethearts. Like that was my, I guess like my only serious relationship back home for real.
Okay.
But that high school crush, that senior love. Well,
Yep.
we were juniors, I think we were sophomores when we started, but still, we kind of broke up. We broke up. Well, she broke up with me, but she cheated on me. But then we're still able to iron things out after.
Well, that's
But
good.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
then
it's
yeah,
always
so
better to
heartbreak
try and-
happened and shit.
It's always better to try and iron things out.
But yeah, so then start traveling around Idaho, and then. Long story short, being in the military, yeah, I did deploy.
Okay.
So, deployment, I was over in fucking Southwest Asia. I guess I don't know if I can say exactly where, but I can say that I was like near over by Dubai.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of rich motherfuckers over there.
Yeah.
Driving around Beamers and shit, Ferraris and shit, Bugattis and shit. Riding camels and shit in the desert. It's dope.
Well, that's what camels do.
I don't know if they're meant to be ridden on.
Shit in the desert.
Boom.
Yeah. No, we did do some camel riding and shit.
Nice. Was that like fun or was it uncomfortable?
It was like riding a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with the did you? Was
It
it
didn't
like
really.
a
It didn't really
multi-hump?
have like a big hump on it.
Oh, okay.
No, it didn't really have like the big multi. No, it wasn't like all drastic like you see on fucking pack of cigarettes.
Okay. All right.
Joe Camel. I actually did take a picture of a cigarette in the camel's mouth though.
Nice.
I got it. I'll show it to you guys afterwards. But
Yeah.
yeah, so being deployed and we went to like an Arabic barbecue and shit. I gotta stop saying shit, but that's just my thing.
You're fine.
We went to an Arabic barbecue out in the middle of the desert. On the way to the Arabic barbecue, though, it was like a what do they call a sunset safari trip,
Okay.
and it's like a convoy of like 13 Toyota Rav4s, fucking mobbing through the fucking sand dunes and shit, thinking you're about to fucking roll over and flip over, and then you pull over in the middle of the desert, you take some pictures because it looks like fucking Arabian Nights.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, like you're in the middle of a fucking desert. And these sand dunes, I mean, if I think I know like science and stuff, the sand dunes used to be like mountains at one point, right? At some point in time, or were they always sand, or was it just the bottom of the ocean was just the
I'm
sand?
feeling like
I don't know.
Like,
it
how
could-
does sand dunes come about? Like these massive sand dunes you see in like the Sahara.
I think water really is like
So
Like
what used to be
ocean
there?
floors.
So this used to be an ocean floor,
Yeah. I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me on it.
or it
but-
could be like eroded mountaintops as well.
But even
maybe.
even a lot of
Or-
eroded mountaintops were cut with water at one point.
Yeah.
First, you know.
Yeah. So whatever the hell I'm standing on, this whole valley used to be something else at one point in time.
A dune is a mound of sand formed by the wind, usually along the beach or in a desert. Dunes form when wind blows sand into a sheltered area behind an obstacle. Dunes grow as grains of sand accumulate. A dune's windward side is the side where the wind is blowing and pushing material up. So it looks like wind.
The more you know. So
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of
Wind
fucking
just
sand
pushing
got
sand
stuck,
around. Yep.
and it just built.
Thank you, Google.
And then before that, though, that was like probably like the bottom of the ocean somewhere at
Yeah.
the early times of like the Earth formation.
Yeah, like Pangea and shit.
Yeah. So that's like like I just fall into that mindset and just use my imagination of what used to be here.
Mhm.
So just
Like
to
you
have that
totally
experience.
visualize it as it's right there in front of you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but then we get back in the convoy, go out to this little campsite. They have like a barbecue set up, and then they have like a little belly dancer or whatever comes out and stuff, and they have like a fire dancer and stuff, and yeah, and then you hop back in the RAV4s and you're just driving through the desert in the middle of the night, and you're just like looking up at all these stars and shit, and it's like wow,
Nice.
You
That
know.
sounds like fun.
and it's like even though you're there deployed. Your own official government orders, but you have these moments where you just feel like you're just you're not really, you're not there for work. You're there you're chilling,
Right.
because there are a bunch of tourists in there and shit there, interacting with people, asking them, they're asking you, oh, where you from, what you doing here and stuff. Like they're like, oh, well, we're here on honeymoon, we're from fucking London, or we're from fucking France, or we're from fucking Kazakhstan. Like, I met some pretty cute girls over there too, but it's like, well, fuck, I can't do nothing.
Well, that's what Kazakhstan is known for.
Well, not Kazakhstan.
It's known for the pretty girls in Kazakhstan. They say that Kazakhs knock your socks off. That's what they.
Did you know that they have like that's where they have like the spaceport at?
Spaceport?
Yeah, that's where they launch.
Like SpaceX.
That's where.
type?
No, SpaceX isn't. Yeah, kind of like SpaceX, but for the International Space Station.
Okay.
That's where they launch like the astronauts at now.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Did not know that.
and it's like Russian. It's Russia and China and U.S. But yet, we're beefing on the ground. We have so many problems politically with each other
Yeah.
between the United States, Russia, and China. But we're all in the fucking International Space Station together in this tight little conjoined space, floating above Earth, doing science
Well, because there's no borders in space.
or walls.
That's true. No walls or borders in space.
But it's
So-
crazy how we're working together in space for the International Space Station and with NASA in the space station, but yet we're on the ground trying to kill each other at each other's throats. But we're so happy together in space, though. Like you see, if you ever see interviews with these astronauts, they're like family up there.
Well, I imagine it would be hard to be like in a bad mood when you're staring at the Earth. You know what I mean? Like when you can see it from above. I feel like it would be hard for me to be like, well, this fucking sucks. I hate having to be here with these fucking people. It'd be like, you see this? This is fucking cool, right? This is pretty dope. Look how round it is.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
It's so obviously round. How?
Fuck those people down there.
All right. So we've
But,
been here
yeah,
for
sorry,
a little over
just
an
been
hour.
ranting about fucking military life. But yes, I was
No.
deployed, and that shit was, and that's when I found my old roommate from tech school, New Jersey.
Right.
He was supposed to actually get deployed there too, because he was a New Jersey National Guard, and he worked on the KC-10, which is like a aerial refueling aircraft.
Okay.
So he was an aircraft mechanic for that airplane. His unit was actually supposed to come in to where I was deployed at, but a couple of days before his unit was supposed to come in, he actually overdosed.
Oh shit.
So
He-
yeah,
with
and that would have
heroin?
been
Heroin or
no, just
Stuff.
opiates.
Okay.
like pills.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was oxys or hydrocodone, but
Probably Oxy.